Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the Atlanta Falcons offseason, you know that this team has been making some serious moves to bolster their defense. And let me tell you, it's not just about filling spots. It's about reshaping what could become a much more formidable unit in 2024. This Falcons team, which has had its ups and downs over the past few seasons, is clearly aiming to shift the narrative. They've been aggressive in free agency and the draft, trying to address some of the glaring weaknesses that held them back last year. So, what exactly have they done? Well, first off, they brought in Leonard Floyd, a proven pass rusher with a knack for getting after the quarterback. Floyd's experience and pass rushing skills are exactly what the Falcons need to boost a pass rush that struggled at times in 2023. But that's just the beginning. Through the draft, Atlanta added some promising pass rushers like Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. Both of these young players have a lot of potential, and their development could be key to transforming the Falcons' front seven into a true force. Walker, with his high motor and versatility, can line up in multiple spots along the line or even drop back into coverage if needed. Pierce, on the other hand, offers a strong pass rushing presence and a high motor that coaches love. These picks show that Atlanta is serious about creating a more aggressive, pressure-heavy defense. Adding to that, they've also signed safety Xavier Watts and defensive back Billy Bowman. These additions are crucial because the Falcons' secondary was a point of concern last season. The secondary, which is the last line of defense, often struggled against the more explosive offenses in the league. Watts and Bowman bring fresh talent and versatility, especially in the secondary where Atlanta needs players who can handle multiple roles and assignments. Bowman, in particular, has been noted for his ball skills and ability to cover in space, which is vital in today's pass-heavy NFL. And let's not forget about the undrafted free agent signing of cornerback Coby Bryant. While he's still looking to make his mark, Bryant's signing reflects the Falcons' focus on finding hidden gems and developmental players to add depth and competition. Every team needs that, especially in a league where injuries are inevitable, and depth can be the difference between winning and losing crucial games. But even with all these moves, some experts and analysts believe the Falcons could still do more. And that's where things get really interesting. According to Pro Football Sports Network, the Falcons are considered one of the 3 potential landing spots for Mike Hilton, the veteran cornerback who's made a name for himself as one of the top nickel corners in the league. Now, Hilton, who's 31 years old, isn't exactly a spring chicken, but he still plays at a very high level. In fact, he's consistently graded above 70.0 by PFF over the last 4 seasons, which is impressive for a nickel cornerback. Hilton's experience and skill set would be a huge asset for Atlanta because last year, the Falcons ranked in the bottom half of the league in interceptions, with only 12 picks. That's a number they definitely want to improve. Hilton's knack for creating turnovers, he's recorded at least 1 interception each year in his NFL career, could be exactly what the Falcons need to turn things around in that department. Not only that, but Hilton has been highly effective against the run, earning a run defense grade of 91.7 in 2024, the highest among 222 qualifying corners. That's the kind of consistency and versatility that Atlanta could really benefit from. Now, looking at the current roster, D.L. Ford is penciled in as the starting nickel corner. But he'll face competition from Clark Phillips III, who's finally moving inside to his natural position, as well as Billy Bowman. The competition for that slot role is heating up. And if, during training camp, the coaching staff isn't satisfied with what they see, bringing in a veteran like Hilton could be a game changer. His experience, leadership, and ability to step in immediately would give the Falcons some added security and mentorship for the younger players like Bowman, Phillips, and Coby Bryant. It's interesting to note that Hilton is coming off a 4-year, $24 million contract with the Bengals. While it's unlikely Atlanta would sign a player for that price in August, his market might have softened a bit, especially considering he's on the wrong side of 30. Still, the Falcons could potentially sign him on a one-year deal at a more affordable rate, which makes sense if they're looking for veteran leadership and a proven playmaker to help them contend in 2024 and beyond. And let's talk about what Hilton has brought to the table in his career. He's been a consistent ball hawk, with at least one interception every season he's played. His ability to make plays on the ball is critical in today's NFL, where big plays can swing games. Last year, Atlanta was in the bottom half of the league in interceptions, and that's an area they're clearly looking to improve. Hilton's presence could help elevate that aspect of their defense significantly. Plus, his ability to defend the run, grading at 91.7, means he's not just a coverage specialist, but also a valuable asset against the ground game. And what about the special teams aspect? Well, Hilton's experience in blitzing and pressuring quarterbacks is a bonus in Atlanta's defensive scheme. He had 6 pressures last year, ranking 11th among all qualifying cornerbacks in that category. So, adding him would give the Falcons more options in their blitz packages and coverage schemes, making their defense more unpredictable and harder to read for opponents. Now, looking ahead, signing Hilton wouldn't just be about immediate help. It's also about building depth and creating a competitive environment in camp. Younger players like Bowman, Bryant, and Phillips would benefit from his veteran leadership and guidance. It's always good to have someone who's been through the battles, understands the nuances of the position, and can mentor the next wave of Falcons defenders. That kind of veteran presence can be invaluable for team chemistry and development, especially as Atlanta tries to take a step forward and challenge the top teams in the NFC. And speaking of the NFC, the division is shaping up to be more competitive than ever. The Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers are all making moves, and Atlanta needs to stay ahead of the curve if they want to make a real push. Improving the secondary, especially at the nickel corner position, could be the difference maker in tight division games. It's a strategic move that could pay dividends in crucial late-season matchups or even in the playoffs. Now, let's put all this into perspective with the bigger picture. The Falcons have been building steadily over the past few seasons, with a focus on developing young talent and adding key veterans. They have a promising quarterback in Desmond Ridder, who showed flashes last year and is expected to take a big leap in 2024. The offensive line is improving, and the run game remains a strength with Bijan Robinson leading the charge. But defense, especially the secondary, has been an area that needs fixing. The addition of a veteran like Hilton could be exactly what the doctor ordered to turn that around. And it's not just about the short term. Atlanta's front office has been quite strategic, aiming to build a team that can compete now, but also sustain success in years to come. Signing a veteran cornerback like Hilton on a short-term deal would fit perfectly into that plan. It's about adding experienced leadership, creating competition, and making sure that the Falcons are not just a team that improves, but one that can truly contend for the NFC South title, and who knows, make a deep playoff run. Now, for the fans listening, I want you to think about this. If Atlanta manages to bring Hilton into the fold, how do you see the secondary shaping up? Do you believe that veteran leadership can really make a difference for a defense that's been trying to find consistency? And what about the overall trajectory of this team? Are they on the verge of breaking through and returning to the playoffs with a more complete roster? The signs are pointing towards yes, but there's still a lot of work to do, and this potential signing could be a game changer. Before we wrap up, let me remind you that this Falcons team is hungry. They've got the talent, the coaching staff, and the right mindset to make a push in 2024. The moves they've already made show their intent to be more aggressive, more physical, and more disciplined on defense. Adding someone like Mike Hilton, if it happens, would just be the cherry on top. It's about creating a culture of winning and competitive excellence. And with the NFC South getting tougher by the year, every upgrade counts, especially in the secondary where game-changing plays can define seasons. So in conclusion, Falcons fans, this offseason is shaping up to be one of their most strategic and promising in recent memory. The addition of Floyd, the draft picks, and the potential signing of Hilton are all steps toward a more balanced, more dangerous team. The secondary, which has been a concern, might soon have a veteran presence that can help turn the tide. And as always, the hope is that this team can finally put everything together, stay healthy, and make a serious run at the postseason. Keep your eyes peeled, because the coming weeks are going to be crucial. The Falcons are clearly not content with just being good, they want to be great. And this is just the beginning of what could be an exciting new chapter in Atlanta Falcons history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think signing Mike Hilton, or even just adding more veteran help to the secondary, is the missing piece for this team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. The offseason is just heating up, and the excitement for 2024 is building. Thanks for sticking with me, and remember, this team is on the rise. The future looks bright, and I can't wait to see how everything unfolds. Until next time, go Falcons!